What's up everyone, KitaSean here. So we are back with another servant spotlight video, and in this video we will be focusing on Reines, also known as Sima Yi. For those who don't know who Reines is, she is the younger sister of Canis Elemeloid Archbold, who we all know from Fate Zero, and she's also the current head of the Elemeloid clan. She is one of the lead characters in the Lord Elemeloid 2 Case Files novel series, and will of course make an appearance in the upcoming TV anime adaptation. Reines is the first 5-star playable writer since Achilles, who came into FGOJP May 2018, which is literally a year ago. But unlike Achilles, she is a limited servant, so who knows when the next time we will see her come back in the gacha. So Reines is a very interesting servant. She is a writer class servant that focuses on the support role. So let's go ahead and look at her stats, her skills, and everything else. So her max attack is 11,427, which makes her the 6th highest attack statted writer. Her HP is the 3rd highest among the writers with 13,543. Her MP gain on attack is 0.64% and defense is 3%. Her star weight is 205. The writer class is known for having really high star weight, but Reines was one of those writers you didn't want to see have high star weight. And the reason why this is bad is because, like I said earlier, she takes on the support role, and you don't want all those stars to go to your support. So let's go ahead and check out her skills now. Her first skill is Tactician's Advice A, an ally AoE skill that increases defense for 3 turns, applies damage cut for 3 turns, and also increases MP gauge at 10%. A slightly weaker version of Waver's second skill, and in my opinion her best. I would prioritize leveling this up first. Her second skill is Emperor Zhuang's Command A, a single target ally skill that increases MP gauge 20% and increases attack for 3 turns, but it decreases her own attack for 3 turns, so it is recommended that you use it on someone else other than herself. And her third skill is Supreme Mystic Code Volumen Hydragrium B. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's another single target ally skill that applies invincibility for 2 times for 3 turns and gives herself debuff resist for 3 turns. So like I said earlier, you want to prioritize her first skill first because it increases the defense up and the damage cut, and then the second skill next because of the attack up, and then of course the last skill, her invincibility skill, last. Her class skills are Magic Resistance B, which increases debuff resist by 17.5%, Writing B increases her quick cards by 8%, and Territory Creation B increases her arts cards by 8%, which works very well with her command cards because she has 2 quicks and 2 arts. Her Noble Phantasm is an AoE arts type Noble Phantasm that greatly decreases defense, critical rate on all enemies for 3 turns, gives nullified class affinity defense disadvantage to all allies, and removes all debuffs from herself, which of course gets rid of her own demerit from her second skill. Her command deck lineup is 2 quicks, 2 arts, and 1 buster, which all of them do 4 hits, and her extra card does 5, making her a great servant that produces stars and gains MP fairly quickly. So like you guys just saw, her skill set and her MP are very ideal for a support role. She can protect, provide damage, and give MP, but once again, it sucks that she has to be a writer class. Just takes so much stars. So again, she is a support type servant, meaning that you need an attacker in your team. And looking at her skill set, it is very ideal for the Berserker class. Berserkers are glass cannons. She can protect them and provide attack up. Very ideal. Reines also helps out against alter ego fights because, well, I mean, they're weak against berserkers. I'm only going to list a couple berserkers because there are just so many of them, but she ends up helping a lot of them, if not all of them. Alter and Hercules are 2 berserkers that will be great to pair up with Reines. As berserkers, they can deal a ton of damage, both have great defensive options to stay alive, add Reines' defensive skills, and they will survive the quest. Vlad III is great like Alter and Hercules. He has defensive options but can also provide himself with an attack buff, gain some MP. It's also a lot easier for him to gain his MP because of his arts cards. 2 in a deck, and his MP, the percentage of getting arts chain, will be very high with Reines. Raiko and Ibaraki Doji are also other berserkers that you can pair up with Reines. Again, like I said, I'm only listing a couple of them because there's just so many, but she is great to pair up with any of the berserkers in FGO. MP gain is still a bit of a problem for berserkers, so throwing in support servants like Waver and Merlin will always be a huge help. For Vlad's setup, throwing in Tamamo no Mai will be a nice touch because of the arts buff, and obviously the arts chain chances are going to be higher. There are of course non-berserker attacker options as well, Hokusai being one of them. You can pair these two up to take on some high difficulty quests, and MP looping is possible. Against Rider enemies, Semiramis will be a great option. Arch Chain should be no problem due to her own deck consisting 3 Arch card. Her MP gain is pretty good, and her MP can provide defense buff. Throwing in Osakabe Hime as the third servant in this party is a great option, especially with her new buff that gives critical strength. For single rider enemy bosses, Hassan of the 100 Persona will be great as an attacker. Just make sure you time her heal skill properly. The heal is great, but it gets rid of all her buffs. For an all rider team, I think you can go with anyone. Now let's talk CEs that will best fit Reines. Prisma Cosmos, in my opinion, is the best CE for her. You want to use her MP as much as possible. She already has some good MP gain, and adding an extra 10% every turn will get her MP up super fast. Also remember Arch Chain. Magical Girl of Sapphire can actually be argued to be the best CE option for Reines as well, due to increasing MP gain by 25% and start a battle with 50% MP. If you want more stars, 2030 is obviously the best option. His rightful place is also a good option for more stars, but can also give you 50% MP at the start of battle. Because of the high chance of Arch Chain attacks, another ending will be a great option to deal more damage with her arts cards. Arts buff 15%, and you can make use of the stars that she gains to increase her critical strength by 25%. So overall, Reines is a great defensive support servant, especially in Berserker teams. We are expecting to get more playable Berserkers in the near future and fight against alter ego enemies, so she's definitely going to be a great and useful servant, and definitely a must roll whenever she comes back in the gacha. And again, I've been saying this all video long, the only thing that is really bad about her is that she takes away too many stars as a support type servant, and unfortunately that's because she's a rider class, but I think she is a great servant to have in your Chaldea. So that's basically about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the spotlight video. If there is a specific servant you guys want me to do in another spotlight video, comment down below and tell me. I'm KitaSean, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.